The Eritrean Defense Forces are the defense forces of Eritrea, composed of three branches: Air Force, Army, and Navy. The Army is by far the largest, followed by the Air Force and Navy. The Commander-in-Chief of the EDF is the President of Eritrea. Their military role stems from Eritrea's strategic geographical location, located on the Red Sea with a foothold on the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. Military history in Eritrea stretches back for thousands of years. From ancient times to present day, the society of the Eritreans have dealt with both war and peace. During the kingdom of Meddi Bahari, the military fought numerous battles against the invading forces of the Abyssinians to the south, and the Ottoman Turks at the Red Sea. During the 16th century, the port of Massawa was used by the Ottomans to protect sea lanes from disruption, while more recently it was used by the Italians during their colonial occupation. The kingdom of Meddi Bahari was dissolved and the colony of Eritrea was founded by the Italians in 1890, shortly after the opening of the Suez Canal. When Italian troops occupied Ethiopia in 1936, Eritrean native soldiers supported the invading force. However, this was reversed by British and Ethiopian troops in 1941. The Eritrean infantry battalions and cavalry squadrons of the Regi Corpi Truppi Coloniali saw extensive service in the various Italian colonial territories between 1888 and 1942. During the war for Eritrea's independence, rebel movements used volunteers. In the final years of the struggle for independence, the EPLF ranks grew to 110,000 volunteers. During the first 2 decades of independence, the EDF formally had the power to detain and arrest civilians, and used this power to help police detain and arrest civilians, which systematically happened for arbitrary reasons. Together with police, EPLF members and government officials, the EDF carried out widespread torture of Eritreans. Military-run prisons included the underground Track B in the west of Asmara, holding 2,000 detainees, Adi Abeto near Asmara, Waya, 32 kilometers south of Massawa, for holding military prisoners and members of unauthorized religions. Mitaya, in northeastern Eritrea for religious prisoners. Hadris Maiskar, mostly underground, near the Sava military base. Ela Bazit in a desert next to the Ela Mountains. And Maidima near Barakat Mountain for Kunama detainees. In the Tigray War, the EDF was attributed the main responsibility for the extrajudicial killing of hundreds of civilians in the Akshum massacre, that mainly took place on the 28th to the 29th of November 2020 in Akshum. According to investigations by Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch, as of the 26th of February 2021, just after the publication of the Amnesty International report, Al Jazeera English had not received responses from Eritrean officials, but commented that the Eritrean Minister of Information had stated in January 2021 that the rabid defamation campaign against Eritrea on the rise again. Nevertheless, a study by Ghent University shows that a majority of the 151 claimed massacres analyzed in the Tigray War were carried out by EDF soldiers. The EDF was led from 1991 by Ogbi Abraha until 2000, when he was dismissed for his participation in the G15 group of ministers who called for political change in Eritrea. A prison guard stated that Ogbi died in prison in 2002 from asthma. As of 2014, the Chief of Staff is Philippos Woldejohans. The Eritrean Defense Forces are considerably small when compared to the largest in Africa such as those of Egypt, Algeria, and Morocco. The size of Eritrea's population is small, particularly when compared to its neighbors. During peacetime, the military of Eritrea numbers approximately 45,000 with a reserve force of approximately 250,000. Every able-bodied man and woman is required to serve ostensibly for 18 months. In this time they receive 6 months of military training and the balance is spent working on national reconstruction projects. This is outlined in both the Constitution of Eritrea and Proclamation 82 issued by the National Assembly on the 23rd of October 1995. However, the period of enlistment may be extended during times of national crisis and the typical period of national service is considerably longer than the minimum. This program allegedly aims to compensate for Eritrea's lack of capital and to reduce dependence on foreign aid, while welding together an ethnically diverse society, half Christian and half Muslim, representing 9 ethnic groups. Military training is given at the Savar Defense Training Center and Kiloma Military Training Center. Students, both male and female, are required to attend the Savar Training Center to complete the final year of their secondary education, which is integrated with their military service. If a student does not attend this period of training, he or she will not be allowed to attend university. Many routes to employment also require proof of military training. However, they may be able to attend a vocational